Okay, so I have several clients who have web stores, and as much as I've tried to talk them into getting QuickBooks to connect to the web store, not always a possibility. So we've come up with some workarounds on how to record and keep cash live, so your cash deposits are coming in without necessarily having to record your sales every day. So maybe you have a part-time bookkeeper, just comes in 3 days a week, but you still want to manage your cash sales daily without having any problems. A lot of times this comes in too from the online banking, because if you go to online banking, it's going to mark that you have a deposit to make, and it's a deposit from a credit card process, from processing a credit card yesterday on your web store, and it's sitting there in your bank account in your online banking center ready to be deposited into a bank account. And most business owners, they just want to get that cash in there, reflect that cash in there, but then where's the other side of the transaction? You don't put it straight to income, right? Because we want to break it out and say what we actually sold. So here's the solution that we came up with. Okay. First of all, in your chart of accounts here, you want to create an other current asset account and call it Webstore Clearing. Okay. The second thing that you want to do is you want to go up to Edit and Preferences, and you want to go down to the Payments tab, and then Company Preferences. You want to uncheck Use Undeposited Funds as a default deposit to account. Okay. The reason you want to do that is because now we can make a deposit to Webstore Clearing. All right. So then what happens? We go ahead and we have our deposits that are coming through. So we're just going to record a deposit for now. All right, so we have deposit from is always going to be Webstore Clearing account, and the amount $1,000. Okay, save, and this is on the 16th. Let's just say save and new. And we have also on the 17th from account Webstore Clearing in the amount of $500. Okay, save and close. So now if we look at our register for Webstore Clearing, we've got $4,200 in here, which means we have $4,200 in invoicing or, in sales that we need to record. Okay. So we're going to go in. Now the bookkeeper's coming in, or whoever's responsible for recording the online sales comes in, and they're going to say create sales receipt. All right, so they're going to choose a customer. Usually you can use a generic customer web store, because if you ever really need to go see what a customer purchased, you can go online and find that in your web store. But some people do like putting it to the individual customers as well. All right, so all the information can be filled in, but for now we're just going to go ahead here and we choose an item code, and it's going to be a 200 gigabyte hard drive, and it's going to be a quantity of 2, and they're $250 each, and it's out of state, so it's not taxable. Okay, so now down below here, we want to choose this, and we are going to deposit it to the Webstore Clearing account instead of to the bank account, because we already recorded the deposit to the bank, right? So we're going to go ahead and say save and close here. Okay. So now when I go look at my register for the clearing account, we have the Webstore Clearing here. Here's your $500, and here's your $500 over there. Now what's nice about this is you do have the ability to reconcile this, because it's a balance sheet account, so you can reconcile this account. So you can come in here, say reconcile. Don't worry about the statement date. You can do a statement date of 11/30 all day long if you want to. You put the ending balance always as 0. And then you can go ahead and push continue here. So you can come in and reconcile, oh, that one equals that one, so we've got that received. But we still have these 3 that we need to get. We need to make sure that we make the receipt for. Okay, we need to enter the sales receipt for those 3. So what I'll do is I'll say, oh, there's that $1,000 one, I look it up, $1,000 deposit. Now note also that this $1,000 deposit could be 2 $500 sales receipts, right? So let me show you what happens with that. So if we go into create sales receipts, I'm just going to use the one we already created. I'm going to create a duplicate of it, and I'm going to create a duplicate of it again. Okay. And say save and close. So I just created 2 more sales receipts for $500, right? So when I go into this reconciliation area now, so I can say, oh, this $500 relates to that one. Now I have $1,000 here, so this one relates to those 2. Those are cleared. I have a difference of 0, and it's still telling me which are open. I still need to record these sales, okay? So it's a good way to track, make sure that you're capturing all of your Webstore sales and make sure that everything is being posted into QuickBooks correctly. It's just a little workaround that we found using the Webstore clearing.